Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter Podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter Show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it right here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib. We got a great show for you today, and if you want to call in, 570-530-8316. Let's get it started. Beeb, this was listed as being shown on DAZN, but you're saying you had it wasn't shown at all. Like, I didn't see the fights or anything like that. I read about them, but I didn't see them. But you're saying there was no coverage on this. This was actually in Benghazi, Libya. All right? And so there was 3 fights on there. And we're going to go over them here. Albert Ramirez versus Jerome Pampellone. 12 rounds, light heavyweights. Ramirez wins by 7th round TKO over Jerome Pampellone. So that was that fight. That's good. This was the upset of the night. Mirko Cuello wasn't the upset, but it was just a big win for this guy. Mirko Cuello versus Sergio Rios Jimenez. 12 rounds, featherweights. There's a big win by Cuello. He knocked out Rios in the 2nd round. He put him on the deck 3 times in this fight. And both guys were undefeated. So that's a pretty big thing, man. Both guys coming in undefeated, that young and everything like that. Cuello now becomes the WBA interim featherweight champ. And then Sofiane Omiha, versus Francisco Fonseca, 10 rounds, lightweights. Fonseca wins unanimous decision, 95-94 twice and 97-92. Omiha was a French Olympian back in, I think, 2020, I want to say, 2022, somewhere in there. I don't know. Anyway, he was an Olympian, so his streak goes by. But he's only had 6 fights since then. Kind of reminds me of that other dude, the Jalilov.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That's another one. I don't understand it, man. Like, I understand people staying in the Olympics too long. Like, Rasheed Warren, I believe, was one of those guys who fought so long at the amateur level. When he had to go to the pro level, it was a little bit more difficult for him to make those adjustments. But, I mean, let's face it. I mean, he had a great career. He won a championship and everything like that. But, you kind of expect when you're an Olympic champion or you're in the Olympics, you're going to go, to the moon or whatever. Not always the case. So, Omiha gets his first loss there, so not good. And I'll tell you what, man, that's it. That was it for the fights this weekend. It was really barren. These are definitely, what do they call them, Beeb? The dog days of summer?
Dog days of summer. August has always been the worst month.
Worst month, right?
September's going to be great, but August has always been bad.
I feel like September is always fight month. Because you have Mexican Independence Day there and everything like that. So there it is. Bang Mateo says the Uzbek government puts a high value on gold medals and pay Jalilov prize fighter money. Yeah, I would agree with that. Big Texans in the chat too, Beeb, I see.
Let's get that down. We got to get that down.
Come on, leave that.
We got to get it.
Why don't you just leave that up there, man? That's just messed up.
You got to get that down.
What's the matter with you? All right. Let's go to the upcoming fights here. August 15th, Santa Ynez, California on UFC Fight Pass. Mizuki Haruta, easy for me to say, versus Naomi Cardenas Gomez. 12 rounds for Hiruta's WBO Women's Junior Bantamweight title. Seriously? Let me go through all that and it's a chick fight. Omar Trinidad versus Lorenzo Parra in the co-main event there. That's on UFC Fight Pass. Let's see here. What else? What do we got? August 15th from Plant City, Florida on Pro Box TV, Beeb. These have got to be good, right? All right, I'm going to try Muhammad Kuja Yakubov. I don't know. All right, listen, I know I butchered his name. It is what it is. Versus William Foster III, 10 rounds, junior lightweights. And that'll be on Pro Box TV August 16th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on DAZN. Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman, 12 rounds for Ball's WBA featherweight title. Big, that's a good fight. We finally got something coming up here. That's a good one.
Huge Nick Ball fan. And I'll tell you this, never gives you a dull fight. Never.
No.
Never.
No, this is a good one.
Will not allow him to give you a dull fight.
And this is a good card. This is Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, so you know it's going to be good. Raymond Ford versus Abraham Nova in the co-main, 12 rounds junior lightweights. Moses Ayatuma versus Dillian White, 12 rounds heavyweights. David Adelaide versus Philippe Ergovich, 12 rounds heavyweights. That should be good. That should be very good card right there. And that's it for next week. Let me see what we got coming up here. We don't have too much coming up, man. I'm already August 23, you know, there's fights on the weekend, but nothing like huge, you know, nothing like, the first one's coming in is September 5th in Ireland, Michael Conlon versus Jack Bateson. And I'm not even sure that's going to be televised. Yeah. What do they do with those now? Because they're not on ESPN. They go to DAZN or what? I mean, those were like, you know.
Here's the thing too, Eric, when we talked about this last week, right? I think next year is going to reveal a lot. When Top Rank gets their deal, right, and they reveal who they're going to be using as a broadcaster, and then TKO, we don't know what's going to happen with them. So I think boxing is going to open up even more. And this is why I don't even know why I get angry. I should just ignore these, whatever. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again this week. But when you have these big entities like TKO coming in, you got Top Rank shaking things up, moving around, leaving ESPN. This opens the door for more boxing, right? Yeah. Because you're going to get more deals. Because Top Rank has said we're not just going to go with one broadcaster; we're going to go with a couple. So that's a bonus right there, right? And then TKO, all these fighters that, again, like I said, don't have a home, they're going to have a home. So this is more boxing that we're going to be able to watch. And because there's more competition, and because of what Turki Al-Sheikh has said, let's hold his feet to the fire and hope that, you know, what he's saying is true. And we're going to be cautiously optimistic. These pay-per-views next year, I think, will significantly go down because we had way too many. When you have a year where DAZN is like neck and neck on pay-per-views with PBC,
yeah,
that's a problem because now you're getting hit from all angles with pay-per-views, right? Double. You're getting before you there was a little bit of leeway there. You had some breathing room, right? But if you're a person on a budget, which most people are nowadays, I feel for you if you have to buy 2 or 3 pay-per-views in 1 month alone. It's crazy.
Let me ask you a question, and we might as well just go into this because there's not a whole lot of fights. We just went over the schedule. So ESPN has just unveiled a $30 platform, right, where the WWE will have their premium live events on there. I don't know if UFC is going to stay there. I don't know. I don't know
UFC
what's going on.
They said they're leaving.
Yeah, so they'll be out. Yeah. But ESPN is now, I think we are going for like $30. And for $30, apparently you get all the ESPN channels. I mean, apparently there's a ton of them. Well, you know, I mean, you and I both know there's a ton of ESPN channels. I'm just saying, you know, we know there's because we do our research. That's how we
do a lot of research. We talk to people on the streets.
We talk to people in the know around the planet.
We found out how many actual ESPNs there are on the planet.
Slew. There's a slew of them, put it that way. So there's a lot of ESPNs out there. But, you know, $30. So you think about that. That's $30 because there will be some, I'm sure there'll be some NFL on there. $30, right? $30 now. It's going to go up to $30. I don't understand that. I can't see paying $30 for ESPN, especially when you buy it on cable or you buy it on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And then, you know, are they going to have pay-per-views on top of this as well? And that's my thing with DAZN.
I don't think they'll do pay-per-views. I heard, and again, this is what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that 30 is going to cover you with all the premium WWE events like the WrestleManias, the SummerSlams, and all that.
That's still a lot of money.
Still a lot of
$30
money
a month.
because
HBO, what is HBO a month? Like what,
Oh, I don't
20?
yeah, something like 20.
Let me look it up real quick. How much does HBO cost per month?
I think it's like $20 a month.
I think so too.
But I think you can bundle it.
Max HBO Max with the ads plan is $10 a month. Ad free, it's $21. $20.99.
Well,
$20 for no ad. That's HBO.
Here's the good thing though.
And all the Cinemax channels or whatever it is.
If you subscribe to HBO on your cable package, they give you Max for free.
Right.
So
right.
that's not that
it's
bad.
kind of like, yeah. And if you subscribe to the cable package too, you got the app for free. So like you can watch it online as well. It's all free. It's all inclusive.
Correct.
So I don't understand how you can justify that. Like HBO with all the movies and first run stuff is that much, is $20 a month versus $30 a month.
Yeah.
For sports.
DAZN is ridiculously expensive now. But here's the thing. I think if you pay for the whole year up front in one installment, I think DAZN is $224. So that ESPN subscription is actually going to be more than DAZN.
Yeah, I got it right here. So an annual pass for DAZN is monthly subscriptions are $30 a month. $30 a month plus what, Beeb? Plus pay-per-view. Right?
Yes.
So now let me ask you a question. Where is Turkey going with this?
Yeah.
Is he going to have more pay-per-views? Is he going to have less pay-per-views? I think he wants to eliminate it. But even at $20, even if the pay-per-views came all the way down to $20 or whatever, you're still paying $30 a month for DAZN.
But again, there is the bright spot if you buy the whole thing up front. I think it goes down to $224. So you get a gigantic discount if you buy the whole thing up front. If you pay for the whole subscription up front.
And I get that. But some people aren't going to do that. Some people
a lot of people can't do that, believe it or not. But again,
and DAZN is the other one. I think you have to give them 31 days notice.
Oh.
So like if you watch the fight, you have to cancel like that next day. If you don't want the service anymore, you have to cancel like
I've heard people tell me they got screwed over because they didn't 100%. Yeah, they didn't cancel in time and they got charged for another month.
Aaron Daly said DAZN is expensive in the U.S. 120 pounds, it's 120 pounds for the year over there in England. But how much is 120 pounds? What does that convert to?
Like 150. It's like 150.
Is it 150? Yeah, I knew it was more, but like I didn't know.
Something like $150 US.
Yeah, and they get like a lot more stuff on DAZN than we do. I think they use DAZN like we use ESPN.
Well, they get a lot more because they get to watch a lot of their English football, their European football, and they get to watch their darts and all that stuff, which is sports that United States citizens do not watch.
Listen, man, I can't watch golf because I think it's boring. I don't mind playing golf. I like hitting the ball and stuff like that. Yeah. But I can't watch golf.
Yeah,
baseball is another one for me that I'm just kind of like, I cannot fathom watching darts. And I love my people in the UK.
Yeah.
I can't fathom watching a game of darts. Just like sitting down on TV.
Darts is kind of fun, but
like, okay,
so it's not a fan favorite for American people.
Well, like bowling. Bowling's another one. We're like on TV, it's like I can't watch bowling on TV. It's just not.
See, now when I was a kid, that candlepin bowling in New England was huge. And we used to watch that Bowling for Dollars when we were kids.
I remember that show. Do you remember that show? My uncle was on that show.
Wow.
He was like really good. Yeah, he was pretty good, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have candlepin where you're at? Because I thought that was mostly a New England thing.
No, we don't. Yeah. What is candlepin?
It's the small balls.
No.
Yeah, we are, and it's like the thinner pins.
I got you.
Candlepin. Yeah. We have the smaller balls.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, we have the small balls. We have the big balls with the holes in them too.
Yeah.
But we have the candlepin is a small ball with the thinner pins.
We only have the big balls in Ohio.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we do it here. It's how we run things here. So yeah, man, I just like all these, it was great because like with subscriptions, only big balls in Ohio. That's right. With the subscriptions, you have it was great because you can kind of cut the cord. and you didn't have to have like DirecTV or whatever it is you got. What do you guys do over there? Is it what is it? Cable? What kind of cable?
Xfinity we have.
Xfinity, that's what it was.
We can get DirecTV too.
Yeah, and like I said, man, it's just now with the apps going again, $30 a month, $20 for HBO, I think is reasonable. It was 15, now it's 20. I get it. $20 for that is reasonable, but then you got Peacock, then you got Paramount, then you got Hulu, and then you got a billion others. By the time it's all said and done with pay-per-views and everything like that, I mean, you're getting hosed.
Yeah.
Alexander Wilson, thank you so much. He said, I read the goal for the new ESPN is to allow you to bet on games directly through the app. Also, if you have ESPN cable, you get the app for free. Okay, well, that makes sense. If you have ESPN cable, that makes sense.
All right.
I don't mind that. I'm
okay.
not hating it.
They have no problem creating degenerates, but as long as you subscribe to them, you get the app for free. So you know what it is? They'll probably charge you $30 if you don't have ESPN in your cable package.
Yeah, but like how many people, like a ton of people have cut that cord already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Lance Meyer says, right. What happened to just stealing cable from your neighbor? I think those days might be behind us, buddy. Those were the good old days. That's right. All right, let's get to the news and rumors here. Oscar De La Hoya did an interview earlier this week, and he stated he wants Ryan Garcia to face Teofimo Lopez instead of Rolly Romero. He said there's no reason to fight Rolly because he's not really that big of a fight for him. Okay. You're not going to get as much money. You're not going to get as much run with this. He says he doesn't want him to fight Rolly because bigger fights are out there for him. Of course, Ryan, does Ryan's thing. But do you agree with this?
Well, here's the thing. Rolly just got elevated to full WBA champion because Boots vacated the title after he announced he was going up to 154. So now, for Ryan, the fight's even bigger if he were to get that because it'd be for a title now, like a full title, not an interim title, a full title. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Rolly Romero fights Manny Pacquiao next. That's what I think. But now that he's ranked number 1 by the WBC, I heard they said, though, Pacquiao's management team, this is what I heard. I don't know how true this is, but they don't want to go right back in there with a Barrios. They would rather go in there with Romero because they think it's a bigger.
You think?
It's a bigger fight. And once again, we saw how Romero looked against Barrasso, that other older gentleman that he fought, right?
Yeah.
So this is another.
Rolly's so hit or miss. Rolly's so hit or miss.
Yeah, this is another very winnable fight for the great Manny Pacquiao. No,
I'm going to tell you this. All right, because I know they'll bring up comparisons. George Foreman knocked out Michael Moorer.
Correct.
Michael Moorer, who pasted Evander Holyfield in that fight. He won that fight. It was a good fight, but he won that fight.
First fight, yeah.
Michael Moorer was a fighter.
Correct.
Michael Moorer was a legit champion.
He was.
Mario Barrios, not so much. Rolly Romero. And listen, I take nothing away from that victory he had over Ryan Garcia because he looked good. And let me tell you what, I was happy. I was very happy for him that he won that fight. Very happy for Romero that he won that fight.
I wasn't mad about it.
Absolutely not.
I like when the underdog, and he's a huge underdog.
Huge underdog. Got a bunch of shade put on him after he lost that fight with Tank. And I thought he fought Tank well, man. If you say what you want, he put up a good fight while it lasted.
He went in there to win against Tank. You got to give him credit for that because not everyone goes in there to win against Tank.
That being said, Rolly Romero is not, he's not the end-all be-all. He's kind of in the Mario Barrios section here. So if Pacquiao beats Romero for the title, right, is it really the same thing as the Foreman?
No. It's
I don't
not.
think so either. I don't think it'll be. I mean, listen, it's an accomplishment. Coming back 5 years, it's an accomplishment. But again, I tell you what, I don't know that Pacquiao is at that age, and he did not let. Was it just me? Was it just me, or did he not look good in the Barrios fight? I didn't think he looked particularly great in the Barrios fight. I thought he showed his age there.
No, he most certainly did show his age, and let's not have delusions of grandeur.
No,
that was not the Pacquiao of
that was a
2010,
bad
2012, not even
Right.
the Pacquiao of 2015.
No, don't get me wrong. It was the worst look by Barrios. No question.
It wasn't even the Pacquiao of 2019 that beat
No.
Keith Thurman. But here's the thing. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. It was, I will say it was a respectable performance.
Yeah.
And based off of, the layoff and the age.
It was respectable. 100%.
Yeah.
Respectable performance. Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a respectable performance.
Yeah.
Barrios should have blew the doors off of that guy that night. And instead, I don't know what it was. I think the lights were on, and that had an effect on Barrios because it always does. I bet any money if this took place in a back alley gym somewhere, Barrios wipes the floor with him. But since he's on TV and he's on lights now and he's got all these people out there, he freezes.
Yeah, because we saw it. We saw it when he was on that Tyson Jake Paul undercard. We saw how he just kind of froze up a little bit, and then when he fought Ugas in a card that wasn't as high profile, he looked actually a lot better. But I think, like you said, excuse me, when the pressure is on him, and he knows that there's a lot of people watching, and he's in a position where people are going to scrutinize him heavily because there's a lot of people, when there's a lot of eyes on you, the perception is that, you're going to be judged a lot harder than if not, obviously. Right.
Right.
And he puts a lot of pressure on himself when he's under those conditions and circumstances, without question.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And listen, if you guys think I'm hard on Mario Barrios, go listen to Paulie Malignaggi. Go listen to Paulie Malignaggi just decimates him.
Well,
I mean,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, and I want to ask the people in the chat a question.
Don't worry about them. I'm here now. All right.
Okay,
So
but you're the primary focus, without a doubt. They're secondary. They can chime in after you.
That's right.
Okay, but Mario Barrios versus Paulie Malignaggi at 147 in his prime. Who wins that fight?
Say that again. Mario Barrios and who?
Versus Paulie Malignaggi in his
Malignaggi.
prime. Would you take Malignaggi?
Malignaggi.
Okay.
Because he's been in big fights and he's won big fights. Barrios has just been in big fights.
Yeah.
He hasn't won any big fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. Paulie, all day.
Okay.
All day. The thing that kills you about Barrios, he looks like he should be good. He trains like he should be good. And he should be good. There's a mental thing there. I don't know what it is. And you know what? I watched that. Like, he was on a 24/7 before and everything. Long time ago. One of those type of deals, And I mean, family guy, helps his parents out. I mean, you want to root for the guy. Like, you want that guy to do well because he is a promoter's dream if he does well. Because he's a great kid. He's got a lot of upside to him. He's got a good personality. And it just, bam.
He's a nice kid.
Work out. Yeah, he's great.
Very likable person. Very likable person.
Yeah. How could you not like him? It's like, but after that Pacquiao fight, I wasn't really into him, man. I wasn't liking it. That's for sure. Because I swore up and down, he should. They brought that out for him to. That was a showcase fight for Barrios because you got an 80-year-old man in front of you. And that just ran circles around you, son. He just ran circles around you all night. And that guy's legs are shot. Pac's legs were shot. His reflexes look shot. And he still beat you. And now you're talking about Rolly Romero. Listen, man, Rolly can punch. I wouldn't count him out of that fight. Rolly can punch. Pac's going to throw a bunch. He's going to throw more shots. But Rolly can punch, man. And I tell you what, I don't know. It's not such a slam dunk for. I think Pacquiao may win. I don't know. It's not a slam dunk though. Raleigh can fight. What's your take on it? You think Raleigh beats him?
I'm going to take Pacquiao in that fight. Because
I
Raleigh,
can't hate that. I can't hate it. And Raleigh's another one you don't know who's going to show up.
I'll tell you why with Raleigh sometimes, because his output's not the greatest, and he doesn't always put his shots together, right?
Yeah,
yeah. And he comes in face first, and Pacquiao, I think his movement would trouble Raleigh Romero, who likes to move in straight lines. You know, I think Raleigh can punch, but he's got to get to you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that movement of Pacquiao would definitely befuddle.
He's got no legs anymore, though. He still doesn't have that. That movement's no longer a factor. I don't think.
But even still, at a slower version, that movement appeared to trouble Barrios.
Well, it was trouble, and look who was trouble.
So let me ask you this: who wins, Barrios or Raleigh Romero?
I don't know.
That's a pick.
Honestly, I don't know. That's a pick'em fight.
That
is a pick'em fight, man.
That's a pick'em fight.
That is not a, that's a 50-50 fight in my book, man. You know what I think would be good? Put him against Ryan Garcia. Put Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia together. That's a good fight. That's a really good fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because Pac still has a little bit of power. Ryan, a little bit chinny as of late. You know what I mean? He can go down. He's been hit. He can go, but he can also hit, and he's fast. And so Ryan, man, especially, he's such a wild. I love watching Ryan Garcia fight because he's such a wild card.
You like Ryan Garcia. Yeah.
He's such a wild. You never know, and I like Crazy Ryan. You know what I mean? The guy who just demolished Deb Haney. Crazy Ryan, the guy who just cried at press conferences, showed up on white horses, didn't say anything, got pushed around. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know what's on his mind. He was freaking out about religious stuff and everything like that on the, on his lives or whatever. And you're like, man, this guy's going to get killed. He goes in there and mollywhops that dude.
He was going off on a tangent.
Yeah, man. So I would like to see that fight. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. So Eddie Hearn also in the news here. Now, Beeb, I'm hearing two things on this, all right? So Hearn says that Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz is already set for next year. He said it's been signed. All right? Hearn said that both will have a fight. This is on Ring TV. Hearn said both will have a fight in October, and then said all they have to do is win in October, and they'll be probably showcase fights, I would imagine. Depends on who's putting them up. But, both those guys fight in October, and then they're off next year. But now you say something different, that somebody has denied that claim, right?
I was on Twitter. Virgil Sr. replied to it and said that no one has contacted us, myself or Virgil. Virgil also came out and denied it. Robert Garcia, I don't think Robert Garcia said anything, but I know the son and the father, because the father helps manage Virgil. And they said, we never got anything. We tried to fight this guy a couple times, and he never accepted the fight. We're not waiting around for anybody. So that's what they said on Twitter. So,
yeah, and now Hearn in that interview, in that Ring TV interview, said he said as much. He said it's signed. Yeah, all the details are done. It was pretty straight away. He said.
Yeah, he said he was. The way he talked, he was very, very confident, and he said came off as if it was a done deal, according to him.
I hope that fight comes off. There's no reason for it not to come off because it's a great fight. Yeah. That's a money fight, right? Who don't want to see Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz? That's a great fight.
That's That's probably the best fight you could have at 154.
Right now, I mean, you can't name too many more fights that you'd rather see.
At 154,
that's definitely one of them, right?
It's got to be there.
It's got to be. It's got to
be there. Because I don't think Crawford's coming back down to 154.
No.
I would think win, lose, or draw. This guy may.
I think win, lose, or draw. I mean, if there's a rematch clause, whatever. If he wins, he's done. I really believe if he wins, he's done.
He may retire. He may fight one more time. And if he comes back and fights one more time, does he want to go back down to 154? Will he go down? He may say to himself, you know what? Now that if he wins, I just became undisputed champion at 168. Why not pick up a title at 160 while I'm at it? Why not fight a Carlos Adames, which is a very winnable fight for him?
Yeah. I don't know. I think he looks, I don't know that he's really belt collecting right now.
Maybe
I mean,
not.
as I say this, he's going for the undisputed championship, but I don't know that I think this is the fight. I think he's getting paid a lot of money for this fight. And I think Canelo's getting paid a lot of money for this fight, but Canelo's under contract. And I think if Crawford wins and if there's no rematch clause or whatever, I think there'll be a rematch. If Crawford wins, you're definitely going to see a rematch. If Crawford wins that one, I think he's done.
Yeah.
You
could be right on that.
Yeah, Tony says the same thing in the chat. He says if he wins, there may be a rematch. I don't know if there's I can't. Did I hear somewhere there is no rematch clause for that?
I don't know if there is or there isn't. To be honest with you, I haven't really.
Let me bring Robert on here real quick. Oh, maybe not. All right, let's see here. Robert, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I've been listening the whole time, guys.
Wake up, Robert.
No, I am awake. First of all, let me comment on a few things. First of all, with Crawford, I totally agree. I think if he wins, he walks away unless there's a rematch. And I think there is a rematch clause because for a contract like this, there normally is a rematch clause on both sides. So I would think there would be.
Not sure though, Robert. Let's not put the cart before the horse like you always do.
Joe, I'm just speculating like you guys are. As far as Virgil Ortiz, I definitely want to see him and Boots Ennis fight. That's the best fight you can make at 154. And to solve this whole Manny Pacquiao issue, let's have Rolly Romero fight Mario Barrios.
Do you really want that?
Do you really want to see that fight?
Oh my God, Robert! Do you really want that?
Why do they have to fight? Pacquiao hasn't fought in like 20 years. Why don't you make him fight?
Yeah, well, because I honestly think, Pacquiao could beat both of those guys.
Yeah, we saw him beat Barrios. It was a draw, but it's like you got beat by your grandfather. So I don't know.
I think he could beat Rolly too.
I think he can. I don't know if he will, but I know he can.
Yeah. I just think this whole Manny Pacquiao fighting business is ridiculous. He shouldn't be fighting, but it's boxing. What can you say?
Yeah.
But how do we say it's again? This is it's going to sound dumb, but how can we say he shouldn't be fighting after what he just did?
Because look who he was fighting.
I know, Joe. It doesn't make any sense. I
know.
Is this like a Jake Paul situation where he's fighting dudes? You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, they're legit pro fighters. I get that, but what I'm saying is, he knows.
He's not going to fight a Boots Ennis. He's not going to fight a Boots Ennis. They know what the ceiling is with him. Obviously, at this stage, they know what they're going to do. They know the fights that make sense and the ones that painfully do not make sense.
You're right.
And speaking of Jake Paul, can we stop this whole nonsense about Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua?
No, no, we can't, because I'm going to tell you this. In fact, stay on here because that's going to move us to the next story here. All right, so apparently, according to Eddie Hearn, there's a very good chance of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. In fact, it's looking like a real possibility, according to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn said those two are apparently in serious negotiations.
Oh, my God.
For a fight early next year.
Oh, my God.
I don't normally agree with Gareth A. Davis, who's the big UK guy over there, but he's honestly said that fight shouldn't even be sanctioned, and I agree with him. I don't think it should be sanctioned.
Listen, if
let
they can
alone have a
sanction,
fight.
I'll tell you this: if they can sanction Ngannou versus Joshua, Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, they can sure sanction Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua.
Well, okay, guys. That's a good comparison. Do you honestly think that we'll have the same kind of ending that we had with Ngannou? Look at what Joshua did to him. You think Joshua will do the same thing to Jake Paul?
No, we're not going to have the same type of ending. We're going to have a significantly worse ending, I think. How's that?
Well,
I think, and listen, man, I know Joshua is past his expiration date. I get that. That being said, Joshua's still a really, really sharp fighter. He's really good.
Well, I agree with what Eddie Hearn said. Well, this is a good way to put Jake Paul out of the boxing business.
Well, I don't know that it'll put him out of the boxing business, but I don't think he beats Anthony Joshua. And I mean, if you look at his resume, like if you look at Jake Paul's resume, nothing on that resume prepares him for fighting Anthony Joshua.
No.
And I know that Jake Paul does this for a living. I mean, let's face it, he does. He works out. He's in shape. He's in the gym all the time, getting better and better. But you're only going to get you're only going to get so good. Right? You're only going to get so good fighting mediocre competition or fighting people that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hockey players or basketball players or whatever, people that don't do this for a living. And I don't care about the sparring. I don't care about the sparring. It's different. It is different when you're in a fight.
How many times, Eric, have we talked to fighters? And sparring is basically practice.
You're mimicking. And a lot of times you're mimicking people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's the thing. When the guy is getting ready for a fight, he's trying to cut weight. Another guy can just be coming in at his walk-around weight. The other guy's at his cut-down weight. And the guy's got a line of sparring partners, lined up for the day. And when he goes in there with number four is fresh, but he's not fresh. So it's all different circumstances, and the mentality is different. So talk to so many different fighters, and this was never an issue back in the day when they didn't have cell phones and you didn't have cameras around. You didn't have social media. No one cared about sparring. Like no one. Oh, look what this guy did this to so and so. It's like no one talked about that before. Back in the day. And I hate to sound nostalgic like that, being like, oh, back in my day. But it's just the reality of it. Like that's not when you go in there and you spar someone, you're there to give somebody work. You're not there to show them up.
No, you're not there to beat the other guy up. It's sparring. You're working with each other.
That's all it is.
Do you remember when Mayweather sparred Paul Spadafora?
Yeah, just interviewed Paul Spadafora and talked to him about it.
And he demolished Mayweather in there. He really did. He made him look really bad.
But he downplayed
Mayweather coming back, right? Because that was Mayweather coming back. That was like his first time in the gym in a while. So of course Spadafora is going to beat him and beat him soundly. You know what I mean? And what did Paul Spadafora do? He downplayed it. Right?
Because he knew that wasn't the Mayweather that.
No. And why else? Because it was sparring.
Because fighters know. You know what I'm saying? Fighters know.
Yeah. And nobody's trying to win in there. It's sparring. You're getting your opponent ready either to get in shape or to get ready for the next fight. So you're mimicking an opponent. Maybe you're fighting a completely different style that you don't normally fight. So I don't know, man. I don't put a lot of stock into the sparring. But
obviously, when you hear rumors that someone's getting beat up in sparring, then that's a problem. Like
that's a little different.
When De La Hoya was fighting, he was getting ready to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he had that walking around with that big black eye, and it was rumored that Edwin Valero was beating him up in sparring, and he was just was doing horrible in sparring, right?
Was it Edwin was in that camp?
Yeah, Edwin, and they actually sent him home.
He was beating him up.
Yeah, he was like, it's one thing if you're getting beat up bad in sparring, then that's a problem, obviously.
Well, that's what they said happened to Aaron Pryor with Howard Davis. He was Howard Davis' sparring partner for a couple of weeks, beat him up a few times. They sent him packing. They were like,
Aaron Davis was beating up Howard Davis.
Yeah. Aaron Pryor was beating up Howard Davis. Yeah. In sparring, So, yeah, all that stuff, happens. But you have to, and I know he, like I said, going back to the Jake Paul thing, he's sparring guys. He's sparring good guys. He's sparring pro fighters. But there's a difference between that and the level you're talking about going to.
Of course.
There's no way, he's going to beat Anthony Joshua. There's not a scenario on the planet.
Listen, I wouldn't mind being wrong. Well, no, I don't. I wouldn't want him. No, he can't.
It's just not going to happen.
No, I root for the underdog, but I can't root for him to beat Anthony Joshua because that would just destroy the integrity of the sport. I'm sorry.
Well, look, Antonio. Okay, so hang on, Robert. So Antonio, me and Antonio went back and forth on this situation, right? My son Antonio, he swore up and down Francis Ngannou is going to knock out AJ because of the way he fought Tyson Fury. And I said, look, man, Joshua's going to put it on him. I said, Tyson Fury, I thought was, he didn't look good in that fight. I thought he's on his way out anyway. But I said, let me tell you right, Anthony Joshua is murking that dude. And I get Joshua's chin. I get he's chinny. I get he's been, I understand. I get all that. I said, watch, he's murking this dude. First round, you knew what time it was. Second round, he was out.
Yeah, I thought Joshua would win, but I thought Ngannou may go the distance with him. But
no, man, and when Joshua put him out, he put him out. He was out before he hit the floor.
Yeah, he did.
Joshua's got power. He can fight. He's legit, legit champion. There's no way Jake Paul beats him.
Yeah, Fury was clinically obese.
No. But it was a functional 450 pounds.
Got a new rule, man. If you're over 270, if you're over 265.
Well, do you remember the fight rules? Remember Freddie Pacheco when he said the rules are coming to bet on fights? He said you never bet on a fighter that comes in overweight or has to draw weight the day of or whatever. You never bet on that fighter.
Sure.
That was one of his rules. He said that. Yeah. And he's right. The fighter may win, but you don't want to chance that,
It's funny too, listening to Freddie Pacheco as a commentator back in the day on Showtime. He would always just rank on people when they came in. Like I remember Buster Douglas when he fought Holyfield. He's like, yeah.
You better see his body jellies.
He goes, yeah, he's got a lot of fat on him, particularly in his breasts. They're jiggling right now. He's like, they're jiggling right now.
He torched him, son. How crazy is that? That fight happened that long ago, and that's what we remember about it. You know what I mean?
That was hilarious.
And it was like a minute in. I remember saying, Buster's jab's not working. He was totally on Holyfield. He hated Buster Douglas for whatever reason, man. But he was totally on Holyfield's. I mean, he just crushed Douglas in that fight, man. He was killing him. Ferdy was ruthless. He was just ruthless, man. So, yeah, actually, you know what, Robert? Let me put you back in the queue here. And let me bring on Las Vegas 702. Let's see if 702 is still there. 702, you're live.
Hey, guys. Have you heard anything about this Canelo undercard? I'm thinking we're 4 weeks away, and I haven't heard a single name yet. Should we be concerned there's not going to be this Turkey great undercards that we've been seeing lately?
Canelo Crawford undercard.
Yeah,
I looked at that too. Hold on, let me see what I can find out here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna get.
See, that's the point. If you gotta look it up, we don't know what's going on, man.
No, normally they tell you if there's a strong.
I got them right here. Potential matchups: Jared Anderson versus Jarrell Miller, Bakram Murtazaliev versus Josh Kelly, Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. I heard Abdullah Mason was going to be on there.
Yeah, but I heard Josh Kelly got. Adams, who's his trainer? It's not Adam Smith. What's his trainer's name?
And what is that? What did you say the fight was? 4 weeks away, right?
Yeah, 4 weeks away.
4 weeks away. Yeah.
I mean, how do you get an A-side undercard or 4 weeks away? How do you even do training for that?
I think that's the other thing, man. So you got to figure Abdullah Mason's probably going to be on that card, and Sam Noakes is probably going to be on that card. But Jared Anderson and Jarrell, the battle of the babies.
Adam Booth said that Josh Kelly got offered a very bad offer, and I'm not sure if they're going to take that fight. And I heard Jared Anderson pulled out of the Big Baby Miller fight, and Big Baby Miller's going to be fighting somebody else.
That's
already.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
So you're making a great. You asked a great question, making a great point, because
it's
a lot of these potential fights have possibly blown up right now, and they're not going to happen.
Right, and like when you look at the schedule, it just has the main event, Canelo Crawford. Doesn't have any of the undercard guys.
Yeah.
And I guess that's because nothing has really been signed yet. You know what I mean?
Well, because they're still trying to get these fights. Still trying to put these fights together. And again, Adam Booth was complaining that Josh Kelly got offered horrible money, and he may not. He's probably not going to take the fight. And also,
what is horrible money?
I don't think you need it. Obviously,
you know?
I don't know.
This is the biggest exposure fight of the year. You probably don't need much of an undercard, but you think they put some A-list people, considering they're going to get more eyes than ever.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, this is going to be like one of the biggest fights out there. It'll be the biggest fight of the year, no question, is in terms of viewership, I would think. So yeah, I mean, is this a pay-per-view fight? This is the other thing. Or is it a Netflix thing?
Netflix.
The Netflix
thing. Okay.
It's a Netflix fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for
this has the potential to be one of the most watched fights in history.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and lastly, guys, I don't want to throw the cold water on Usyk, man, but I'm tired of this greatest heavyweight talk. 6 fights versus 3 guys in the heavyweight division just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't even come close to matching up to Lewis, to Holyfield. When you think of the names they fought, we just got to end this talk now until he stays in the division a little longer. Am I right?
I don't know. He's beaten the top 2 guys in the division twice. You know what I mean? He's beaten them all twice. Who? There's really, he's got the Klitschko thing where there's nobody really for him to fight anymore. I think who's he going to fight next, Beeb? He's going to fight Joseph Parker, I believe.
I'm not even sure if he fights Joseph Parker next.
Yeah, I mean, but that would be the fight to make. If they're going to make the fight, that would be the fight to make. But short of that, and I think he beats Parker.
Yeah, I did hear this. Not to cut you off, I did hear this that Gerald Miller is possibly going to be fighting Michael Hunter because Jared Anderson pulled out of the fight. So
I read that too. Yeah.
So I don't know.
The bounty hunter, the guy hasn't fought in over 2-3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
So I guess to answer your question, luckily you don't have to pay pay-per-view for this because I don't think the undercard is going to set the world on fire, if I'm being honest.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Thank you so much, man. That was a good one.
Excellent.
All right. Let's go to Baltimore. Let's go to Baltimore here. 410. You're live.
And I go one. Here's the best one right here. Yeah. I got to get in your ass. I'm going to give that caller a good, I agree with him with the Usyk. Stop comparing Usyk to the all-time great. He's the best of his era. He's proven that.
Yeah.
That's all he is. He doesn't measure up to the all-time the lineage great. He's good. I mean, I'm not trying to discredit the guy, but enough is enough with the fucking bullshit. But the other thing he said is the fucking Canelo card, that's a free fight. It's the biggest fight since Bud and Errol Spence, and it's basically free. Fuck the undercard.
No, I agree. That's what I said. Yeah,
a lot of times when they put names on the undercard, it's either mismatches or underwhelming shit. And if they put some perennial guys on there, they're usually good fights. Bottom line is we looking forward to that one. Let's just get through the undercard. I don't want some elaborate bullshit, national anthems up and down for a mismatch. Just, you know what I'm saying, guys?
You know they're going to give you 6 national anthems before the main event goes off. That's what they always do.
I don't want it, man.
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it.
I don't understand.
If I was a fighter, I would tell them, look, get that shit over with before I come to the ring. So
Yeah.
once I get warmed up in the back, I don't want to fucking come out there and have to wait for 25 fucking minutes while you go through all that pageantry.
Yeah.
Right.
Bullshit. But
He's right.
yeah. Now, last time I listened to you guys was the weekend that Pacquiao fought Barrios.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And that week, I realized one of the main reasons you guys average about 8 or 9 likes a show is because your fucking buddy there sat there talking for 25 minutes about Mario Barrios.
Sucks.
A fighter that nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody says he's good. Nobody cares. The story was Manny Pacquiao at 46, 47 years old, still fighting like a demon. That was the
Come
story.
on.
Like a demon.
Like a demon.
What do you mean, like a
What fight
demon?
were you watching? A demon?
The fight that
Stop it.
Listen.
Stop.
At 47 years old, that guy's still a problem for a lot of top fighters.
No, he's not.
If you can't deal with
He's
his
not.
style, he's a problem.
Is he a problem for
Well,
Boots?
that's what you say.
Would it be a problem for
But you're
Boots or Crawford?
consistently wrong about shit.
Would he be a
consistently
problem
wrong.
for? Okay, let me ask you a question. Would he be a problem for Boots or Crawford at 147?
If they can deal with his style, no.
Stop
But if
it.
they can't, no different than throughout his entire career. Manny's never been the greatest
Come on,
boxer.
son.
He's never been the greatest guy in lots of capacities. But what he's been is a guy whose style guy can't deal with. And even though he's 70%, it looked about of what he used to be, if you can't deal with that style, that swarming bees, jumping to the side, popping you left and right, Barrios is better than what you think. He didn't
I
just
promise
not
you he's
do
not.
that well because, well, he's a world champion. He's a world
Come
champion
on.
with 3 or 4 defenses.
Come on.
Yeah. Well,
You-
come on my ass,
stop
bro.
it.
That is what he is. You're a guy that sits here and licks the balls of Jerron Miller, big little baby Miller,
Big
who ain't
baby.
did shit.
Big
No,
baby.
Big Baby Anderson.
Big
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 Baby
baby
Anderson.
Anderson.
Big,
Big
big
baby
knocked
Anderson.
out bum. Straight up bum.
Oh,
And
that's
you'll kiss his
harsh.
ass,
That's
but you don't
harsh.
want to sit there
He's
and
from
talk
Ohio.
about what
You
the
really need
story
to think
was.
about that.
This is why you got 8 likes a week.
You really need to think
It's
about
why.
that.
We had
That's-
60
you're
likes.
talking about
We had,
Barrios.
We had 60 likes last show.
we had 80 likes during that Manny Pac. Let me go to that Manny Pacquiao show right now,
Yeah.
and I'll show you how
Where
many
you
likes
been?
we had.
Yeah.
You are misrepresenting the statistics here, my friend.
This is Deep Industries here. This might be a lawsuit
I
here.
mean,
You got to think about this long and hard.
we're publicly traded. We're a publicly traded company.
by the way.
You can't mislead the shareholders with those remarks.
No.
What do you
That's
mean?
lying.
What do you mean?
That's lying.
What do you mean? Misleading?
Like, dude,
sit
are
there and
you
talk
on
about
mushrooms
Barrios.
or something like that? You think
Nobody's ever
Pacquiao's
talked
still
about
a
Barrios.
demon now?
Nobody gives one shit
Stop it.
about Barrios. This is why your show is
That
not.
show had
That's why you're-
84 likes.
84. 84.
That show had
Man,
84 likes.
That's
64 of them
crazy.
you guys did.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who likes it, all right? Maybe I liked it multiple times. Doesn't matter.
It was you.
84
Look
likes.
at those numbers.
That's
God.
1,500 views
Gives
and
me the chills.
84 likes.
Oh,
That's not 8
Get outta
likes.
here,
84
that title.
likes.
Let me tell you what,
Wow,
B. That
maybe
title we put
12
together on that
motherfuckers
show
that
was
listen.
amazing too. By the
Oh,
way,
get out of here.
That was the last
Well,
time you even had 15 people interested in you.
hey, how about those Ravens? That
Well, I could fucking start a show and brush my fucking teeth and get more fans than your fucking punk ass. And you better know that.
84
OnlyFans?
likes.
Yeah, forget
84
about
Jerry
it.
said he's on
likes.
OnlyFans now.
84 likes. Man, please. Man, please. Listen, take a tip from the old boy and talk about shit that people care about. Not your fucking bullshit.
Heck yeah.
Like you were just talking about Jake Paul will get smashed by AJ. Now I remember you talking about Fury when he fought the UFC guy. You were like, Fury's gonna kill and decimate this guy. He's just gonna kill him. And I
Yeah,
was
well,
like,
we were wrong. Hey, that's why they.
I
Hey,
thought
that's why they
this
played the
guy's a
game.
big,
We
strong
all thought that.
That's why you don't.
That's
Did
why
you
we
think-
Did you
played
think
the
Buster
game.
Douglas?
That's
I
why-
suppose you
why you
thought
don't go
Buster
over
Douglas was going to
confident.
knock out Mike Tyson too. Did you pick Buster Douglas to beat Mike Tyson?
That's why you don't go over the top with it. You say, look, it's a prize fight.
No, I go over the top. We go over the top. I don't care.
We put our balls. We put our balls on the table here. We let our balls. We let our balls hang here, man. And if we're wrong,
we live and die by the sword, Daddy.
And if we're wrong, then you can come on here and roast us.
That's how we do it.
We're not sensitive. We're not gonna cry because we got a pick wrong.
That's how we do it.
No, but the problem is that you're oftentimes loud and wrong.
So what?
You don't have the. You don't seem to have the reality.
What are we in fucking church? We can't raise our voice. Are we in a library? Are we in a library? We got to whisper.
Let me tell you something. We throw the dice on the table, son. We throw the dice on the table, son.
You have two men with very high testosterone levels. We're not going to tiptoe around here when we do the show.
Way above average people. Way above average men. Way above average men's testosterone, by the way. Average. I'm talking like 1700. That range.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm 56 years old. How many people 56 years old?
Yeah, look at the beast,
1700
that have this ability here.
Yeah.
Well, have a good weekend, you fucks. I hate both of you this week. All right. All right. Yeah.
Get out of here already. What's the matter with you?
Get him out of here. Give him the hook.
Like it's the gong show. Like, I should get one of those gongs. And just like
we had 84 likes, man. I mean, you can't lie to the lie to the shareholders, man.
I can't. That's not bad. I like it. All right, let's see here. What do we got next here? This is all right. So this is crazy. We're gonna switch gears, go to a serious topic here, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This happened last week. There was a card in Japan. I didn't really know any of the fighters on the card. You guys didn't either, so don't tell me you did and you were interested. So, I don't want to hear it. But there were two guys on the card that ended up passing away, man. Japanese boxers, Shigetoshi Katari and Hiromasa Urakawa have died following, this is from ESPN, have died following brain injury sustained while competing on the same card. Different fights, but the same card. At Korakuen Hall in Tokyo on August 2nd. Katari, who was 28, went to a 12-round draw in his fight and lost consciousness shortly after the fight. He underwent brain surgery to treat a subdural hematoma in which blood collects on the skull and the brain. On Friday was announced he had died as a result of the injury. Urakawa, also 28, died Saturday after sustaining brain injuries in his knockout loss to Yoji Saito. Urakawa underwent a craniotomy and to also treat a subdural hematoma. So, Beeb, this is this is unprecedented, man. This is not good.
I've never seen two fighters on the same card. Has that ever happened before?
No.
That's insanity, right?
So somebody's got to look at what they're doing over there in Japan. I mean, is this a commission thing? This has got to be, or is this just
again? I
don't know.
I hate saying this because everyone wants to talk about the PEDs and the weight bullies and this and that. What it all boils down to, in my opinion, a lot of it is these guys cutting so much weight, thinking they can put it back. Put it all back in 36 hours.
I'm sure that plays,
But what's even a bigger issue when you do the research on these types of things, I've been a big advocate against mismatches, right? It's one thing when you're building a guy coming up.
Yeah.
But when you are, it's different when it's a 4-rounder and you're building a guy, as I said. But when you're in the 10-rounders, you got to be a little bit more selective with these types of opponents. And when you got one guy that's 10 levels above another guy, and it's different when it's a 4-round fight because that goes by quick. That's less damage in the 12 minutes. But once you start doing the 10 and the 12 rounders and you're putting these guys in there with guys who are significantly better than them, then a lot of times this happens. So we got to really take a look at this matchmaking as well, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
That's a big,
big two people. Factor. I mean, that's like unprecedented. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's you don't. I mean, you always have. There's always. You always see like a death in boxing every couple of years or something like that. And as unfortunate as that is, you know, I'm at a loss for words with this.
I'm shocked.
I mean, somebody's got there's something's got to be done. Whether something was missed in that commission or the physical or something, that's not right. That is not right.
Those guys have even been in the ring.
Right.
I'm going to do a web search on these guys, and I want to take a look at their records. I want to see how many times they've been knocked out in their career. Right. And I'm curious to see. You know.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at one of them here.
All right. So while you're looking at that, we're going to move on here. Paris 2024 Olympian Jahmal Harvey has signed with Jake Paul's MVP Promotions. Beeb, say what you want about Jake Paul, but he's got a lot of women in that stable. All right. And now he's starting to build that stable up with he's got an Olympic fighter now. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job, and he's doing right. I mean, he's starting to build women's boxing. I still don't watch it, but, he's starting to build it up.
Yeah, so this guy was 8-2. He had 5 knockouts. He got stopped once, but he was in there with somebody who was 17-2. Okay, so when you have 19 fights, should you be fighting a guy who only has 10? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that's such a big. I know there's experience gap, no question. But I don't know. I don't think the match.
Well, I'll tell you why, Eric. Because he was fighting 8 rounders, and then he was fighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounders, 8 rounders in a row, and then he moves up and fights a 12 rounder. Right?
I don't get it.
So I mean, again, why is this guy going from an 8 rounder all the way up to a 12 rounder? And is he ready for a 12 rounder?
Yeah, why would he go to it from 8 to 12?
He's 8-2-2. I'm sorry. So he had 12 fights. I apologize.
Yeah, so that's not a big gap in experience. It's
and
not
the other guy had 19. So 7 more fights.
Crazy. That's not crazy.
It's a little bit, a couple years. But again, why are you going from 8 rounds to 12 rounds? And his opponent has fought 1, 2, 3 12-round fights, and he's fought a 10-rounder. So again, you say 7 fights, but that 7 fights is about.
Yeah, I get it, but
that's about 3.5, almost 4. That's about 3.5, 4 years.
We've seen that before. I mean, we've seen up and comings like that before. So it's not out of the ordinary.
Not many people are Lomachenko though. Like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
very true.
So this guy's going from an 8-rounder to a 12-rounder, and he has like 12 fights fighting a guy with almost 20 fights. I don't know. Well,
Yeah. Let's see here. And finally, well, 2 more things. Pacquiao is now rated number 1 by the WBC. Go marinate on that one. And Boots Ennis is now ranked number 1 by the WBC 154. So junior middleweight ranked number 1.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like Boots, but I don't know. I like to see someone have a fight first before they get ranked number 1 in the division. But
I guess going to get him a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. Boots has been wanting to fight for a while. Boots has been there. He's been the guy there for a while.
I guess him being ranked number 1 means he'll get a title shot soon. So
it's time. It's time. And this is why he signed with Eddie Hearn. It's time. And he's going to get a fight, man. No question.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
I guess I don't hate it because it means he's going to get a big fight.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. Finally, Benn versus Eubank 2 is now official for November 15th in Tottenham Stadium. Beeb, good fight? That rematch you want to see?
I liked the first fight, but something tells me the rematch is not going to be as good as the first fight. And again, I hate being pessimistic. Excuse me.
You hate rematches. That's what kills me about this. You hate them.
No, not as much as you do.
I am looking forward to this fight. Now you're the one who pisses on every rematch coming down the pike. Why don't you let these guys fight?
I would like to see Conor Benn go down to 147 or even 150, probably 147, 154, and just be in a title fight. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah. But they're going to do it again. The first fight was good. The first fight surprised me. It was good. And I thought it was going to be a mismatch. I thought that Benn was just too big for him. But, man, Conor can punch. You know?
Yeah.
He can punch,
Do you want to see the rematch? Did you like the first fight? Do you think it warrants a rematch? I mean,
I don't want to see a rematch, but if they're going to do it, I think they should have kind of went their separate ways and fought different opponents.
Yeah.
But listen, it's going to be in Tottenham Stadium. You know that thing is going to sell out. How do you argue it, man? It's a big fight in England.
It's hard. It's hard when you look at the all the attention that it got, and all of the interest and attention that it got, and the money they made, and the amount of money they generated, and all. And it's
hard to not do a rematch.
It's hard to not do a rematch, right? And the first fight was,
when you sell out a stadium, it's hard not to do a rematch.
Yeah. Yeah. So
where's the Canelo fight? The Canelo Crawford fight. Is that in the
Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a stadium fight. Do you think it sells it? You think it sells out?
I'm telling you. I am telling you.
I haven't seen. Have you seen the prices?
Oh, they're insane. Oh, they're nuts.
Come on, man.
They are nuts.
It's out of hand, son.
They have like luxury packages for like 30,000, 40,000, man. Sporting
events in general are overpriced now. Like football, I mean, I'd be curious to see, Jerry, like what the prices are in the Ravens games and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Are these people in the chat really serious?
What's that?
Paul has a 50% chance of knocking AJ's glass jaw out next.
Stop it.
What are these? You got other people in the chat thinking that Paul actually has a shot. Like oh my God,
man! I told you.
Oh my God,
me and Antonio went life and death about that fight. I said, man, I'm telling you, AJ is gonna annihilate that dude, man.
Why? What's Antonio saying?
He was saying that Ngannou. He said because with the UFC, he knows how to fight. He's a stand-up style anyway. And then the fact that he did a number on Tyson Fury, we thought he beat Tyson Fury.
I thought he beat Tyson Fury.
All of us had the fight for Tyson, or had the fight for Ngannou. All right.
Yeah.
So he said, carrying that forward, he's going to fight AJ, and he's going to beat AJ. So man, AJ's a different animal. AJ's going to come in shape. Listen, I know he's coming in shape. He ain't Tyson Fury. He's coming in shape, and AJ can punch. He can fight. I'm telling you, he can bite down. He's got the dog. Sure enough, man, there it goes, man. There it is.
50% chance of knocking out AJ. Oh my God.
It's mathematically that might be true. I guess, you're throwing hands. It's a 50-50 shot. I guess mathematically, yes. But odds-wise, not a chance.
What's the knockout proposition going to be for Jake Paul?
They can count to 20. He ain't getting up, son. I'm telling you, he's getting knocked out. Yeah, if he fights AJ, he ain't going the distance.
He's going to get hurt, man.
Yeah, that's not a good fight for him.
Yeah.
Because, again, his experience does not match what he's about to go in with. It'd be like us going against a pro fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've sparred before and everything like that, but it'd be like us going in and training and going in there against a pro fighter, like a mid-level pro fighter or a top-level amateur fighter. It doesn't work, man. There's no way.
Yeah, it would be insane.
There's levels to this.
Of course.
Jerry, of all people, should know this. But, what are you going to do? All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on X at jhabib1 and find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporter.com. And you can find me on X at ringside73. And, guys, we will see you next week.